Hi guys, it's Harvey again from All Parts Pool and Spa. Recently I got a phone call, actually it was an email, and I emailed this man this page. He been getting faults, pressure switch faults, and he happened to be higher than his pool. He was in a flood zone and his heater was 12 foot up in the air. All right. So it kept getting flow switch, pressure switch, error codes. There's two ways you can do this pressure switch is by adjusting this. But if you're that high up, and number one, he did not have an acid check valve. These pressure switches is very critical to have a half-pound acid check valve, because if you go higher than the pool, like 10 or 15, I saw them as high as 18 foot up in the ground off the pool, okay, for flood. I know it sounds ridiculous, but all electrical panels and everything has to be 18 foot off a flood. So for you guys that got to work on a 2 foot ladder, you guys are complaining, and you almost have to get a bucket truck to work on some of these heaters. But anyway, on a heater that high up a ground, and I'll send you a link. Excuse me, I'll send you a link to for a positive seal acid check valve. That'll help you if you're way too high. So that pressure switch you shouldn't have to change. What does bother me, and you really got to watch it, if this heater happens to be 3 feet or more below a pool, okay? Say, argument's sake, and we have it up here a lot, so I'm sure it's not the only one. A pool is in a commercial application, it's on the second or third level, and you got the pool equipment down on the ground. It really shouldn't have this pressure switch anymore, because you're doing pressure to the switch due to gravity, and it's opening that 3 psi switch. I personally would put a flow meter switch in it, and believe it or not, I found one, and I would have to look it up again. Grainger has a adjustable flow switch where you can just spin the wheel and it tells you 20 gallons a minute, 40 gallons a minute, 60 gallons a minute. And it's a really neat flow switch for these heaters. So if I had it below ground, I'd still put a positive seal check valve. I wouldn't bypass this pressure switch. I just would go one wire into your flow switch, one wire coming back out to your pressure switch. I would never bypass that pressure switch, just add it on like a safety loop, okay? That's if you're going below ground. If you're going above ground, I would make sure I have a positive seal acid check valve. All right, and I'll send you a link to a positive seal acid check valve. Now keep in mind, if you ever do adjust this pressure switch, what you want to do is turn off your gas, okay? And if you ever tamper with this pressure switch where you want to adjust it, you turn off your pool pump and make sure the heater doesn't fire up. Call for heat, make sure it doesn't fire up. If it fires up when your pool pump is on, you adjusted the pressure switch wrong, okay? Either one way or the other. So make sure the gas is off, turn on your pool pump, adjust the pressure switch so it turns on, turn off your pool pump, and make sure the heater turns off. Now keep in mind, If this heater is wired to Stay-Rite's standards, this heater should only turn on and off when the pool pump turns on. They want this heater wired to the pool pump circuit, all right, to help prevent dry firing. So there's a lot of things you guys need to learn out there, but there's little tricks you can get away around that. So if you ever play around with this pressure switch or tamper with this pressure switch, make sure that this heater does not fire up when the pool pump is off. All right? And the one way you can tell, and that's, I'll send you another link, a meter. You need to ohm out this pressure switch and make sure it is an open switch with the pump off. With the pump on, it should be a closed switch. All right? So that's one way if you have the heater. Well, you have to say, Harvey, I can't test it when the pool pump is off because I don't have power to my heater. Well, get out your ohm meter and ohm out this pressure switch. With the pool pump off, you should not have continuity between these two lines. With the pool pump on, you should have continuity. All right? Hopefully this was a little helpful, little tip. Again, I am Harvey from All Parts Pool and Spa. And keep those emails, keep on coming. Take care.